What's going on, YouTube? Mark Fleetwood here. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Trader. I've got my knee iced up. I'm enjoying a nice frosty cold adult beverage, some Blue Moon. So if I'm a little bubbly, please ignore that. But tonight I want to give you a trade setup that's happening right now that looks so promising. And I'm going to show you this. This is what happens when a centralized network goes into damage control. And I want to show you what this can never happen on. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to tell you all about it. All right, everybody, we know the drill. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I simply share this technical analysis. Use it as you see fit. With that being said, please remember, you manage your own money, you manage your own risk. Now, the coin I'm going to go over for the trading opportunity is a coin I don't typically talk about because I always left this analysis out of my repertoire because I was respectful to another YouTuber who I enjoy greatly and I had a ton of respect for. Silverback, we miss you, man. If you're watching this, if you see this, please, Silverback, come back. We need you. The space needs more Silverback. We need our Silverback back. Come back, Silverback. But yes, I'm going to talk about Chainlink. Chainlink has a crazy good trading opportunity right now. And then I'm going to talk about this piece of news from Leon Ravencoin. From Watcher Guru, tweeted from Leon, I retweeted Leon, from Watcher Guru. Solana-based protocol Solend has voted to temporarily control the largest whale's account to mitigate liquidation risk. This is going into damage control and pretty much telling this whale, you can't sell your shit because you might liquidate us. That is centralized networks. That is why they are not good. And you know what? This is what that can never happen on. That can never happen on Ravencoin because Ravencoin doesn't have a centralized party distributing coins. It doesn't have a leadership team that's just holding on to everything and dispersing things as they see fit. Everything is mined. Every single coin that has ever happened, every single Ravencoin that's ever been minted has been mined by somebody in the community with a GPU. We're now also learning that Terra Luna, the vote to go to Luna 2.0, never really mattered to begin with because Do Kwon and Terra Labs had a 50% voting share. So when everybody was asking, how did it start with 11 million votes for yes? That's how. That's Do Kwon's vote. He had 11 million votes. Essentially had 50% right then and there. Totally. That's just, there's no point in that vote. There's no point in the governance system if it's based on a centralized entity that holds the strongest votes, the most votes, and can pretty much do what they want. Another piece of news, another massive piece of news is Alameda, FTX, and SBF are 100% trying to push Bitcoin price down to liquidate Celsius. I don't want to say this is news. This is potential news. It's a tweet. It could be happening. It could be legit. I want to make sure I do clarify that it's a tweet and we don't know for sure. Crypto giant FTX ready with billions of dollars for acquisition. And I've been saying this for a couple of weeks to friends and other people I talk to about crypto and just stocks in general. The big whales, the only thing they like doing more than eating and just eating up all the small fish is to eat a wounded whale, to get another big player out of the market, get them out of their way, to give themselves more shares, more overall market, to hold a stronger percentage of the market is all they want. So I will not be surprised if Bitcoin tumbles again at some point with them trying to get liquidations for Celsius to get them out of the game or to buy them or to just acquire them. So with all that news out of the way, we're going to take a look into Link because Link is making a big move. Now guys, I've got this draw. It's kind of little just finger painting like, but in the 4-hour chart, actually let me go to the 4-hour chart because 4-hour chart's easier to see. We've got a very strong classic double bottom formation that's formed. We have a neckline roughly around $7.37, and we're approaching that neckline now with price action at $7.26. Very close to this neckline. This neckline breaks. If the neckline breaks, and it retests as a support, it should pick up and we should test the level at about $9.40, $9.60 between this range here. We might get to the top of this wick, we might get to the top of this highest close. So there's a range that we could get to, but let's just call it $9.40 to be safe. And let's say you take from 740 to 940, and we take this trade, and we get a roughly 27% gain off of this trade. That could happen over the course of like a day or two. On these flyer candles, I mean, you see how quickly these flyer candles can spike up. It's looking really strong. It's looking like a really good possibility to break the neckline and then get the opportunity to test this overall previous peak high. Now, if the market really starts to run, if the whole market starts to run and Bitcoin goes on one of those 30% rallies, again, I'm not saying by any means that there's a bull market in play. I don't believe that we're going to go bull, but we could have a rally. We could have a 20, 30, 40% rally like we saw back in March. If that happens, there's a potential that we could come in and see, you know, something like $17, $18, because then you have a bottom here, a neckline, and a double bottom and a triple bottom. You know, we've seen this bottom play out. This bottom has held 3 separate occasions around $5.40. So with that being said, you know, this could just be like the first profit-taking area. Honestly, the first profit-taking area for me would be the 200 period moving average, because that could always be a resistance that just spikes price right back down. So the 200 would be my first profit-taking area. If it gets to break the neckline, this trade does happen, would be to take the 200 period moving average here, then check on this neckline, and then you could potentially be looking all the way up. You know, you kind of get this peak here around $12 and get this peak here around 14. You know, you can have different levels to take on the way up, but this is all predicated. This size move is only predicated on Bitcoin and the whole market having like a 30, 40% rally, and potentially having that rally before the next leg down, if there is another leg down. But at that point, if there is a 30 or 40% rally, it could be the bottom. I don't want to say anything about bottom or going bull market, because we don't know. We don't know. No one knows. Anybody that tells you otherwise that they do, is full of crap. I will take a term coined by Cryptos R Us and say we're definitely closer to bottom than we are to top, but that doesn't mean that we are still not a good bit away from bottom. With that being said, guys, I think this is a very strong potential play. Keep an eye on this neckline. Keep an eye on $7.38, and see if we can potentially ride this up to about $9.30, $9.40. Get a nice 25-30% gain. Honestly, I got in early on this trade because I got in on the hourly chart. I was watching this and just looking at the 200 period moving average. It broke and it held support so many times. I just thought, like, after this big bullish hammer, I'm like, okay, I'm going to hop in here, and if the neckline fails, I can get out here and still have some decent profit. If the neckline does, you know, break, then I've got a longer way up. At this point, you know, it is what it is. I will run it out as much as I can, but yeah, this has a ton of potential. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something from it. As always, until next time, peace.